is just out of this whole thing. She's just trying to be known out there, because I don't even want to go to the matter of Mohbad. But what I'm trying to say now is, talking about Malians, we all know what they do there. It is clear to everybody that in Malia, before you can be a Malian, there are some stages. There are some stages that you there are some things that you taste.
You do.
Aside the dressing of not using belts.
That's why they are not say if you can't beat them, you join them. So anybody that feels you can join them could go to them.
I feel some lawyers are supposed to be suing themselves. This particular lawyer of Naira Marley is supposed to be sued because what he's saying is wrong.
Let me tell you this: have you ever? You see lawyers? They are out there to defend their jobs, and they are out there looking for trouble. At least what they are going to eat is what brings a lot of lawyers to the court. Have you ever seen a lawyer going out there to do a free job? Even if you want to write a letter, you want your lawyer to write a letter, just ordinary letter, to write a letter to a client.
It will go a long process.
It will go a long process. You know how much they are going to charge for each.
Well, the lawyer also said the actress accused Naira Marley of causing mental harm to the late singer. Naira Marley's attorney seeks a redress of 500 million naira from Iyabo Ojo and a public apology to be posted on her page and published in the National Daily newspaper. According to the letter, failure to adhere to the condition placed will force them to file a lawsuit against her. So this is Nigeria, where we see different cases.
They should have told his lawyer to file a lawsuit instead of coming out to put this one out. He should have put it into a written, so we know that it really means the business. Maybe he wants to wake the sleeping dog that has the whole Nigeria.
So after Naira Marley, I think Sam Larry too will now come out and say, okay, let me start accusing
the sleeping dog of Nigeria now is lying down flat now. Maybe I don't know the person that is backing him up in this battle. He wants the sleeping dog that has lied down sleeping. He wants the sleeping dog to come back to life. That's exactly what is going on there, because before you let you know, the whole matter may come out to escalate.
And let's talk about this. Mohbad in name is still there, lying there without being buried. I don't know what's going on. And they said they've done the DNA for the son.
At the end of the day,
and we didn't get to see the results.
Nobody knows the outcome of the autopsy test that they did to Mohbad. Well, we are Nigerian. We are all watching the Nigerian police. Because if we could see the strength that the Nigerian police put into assuming the death, the body of Mohbad, then you think as if they really mean the business. Maybe that was done because of the pressure that the old Nigerians and the old world mount.
So why do we stop the pressure? That's what I'm talking about. Like, even if the government is playing their part, what is the part we citizens are playing? Because if you check, when Mohbad died, the energy everybody put in trying to get justice.
You know one thing about Nigeria, we have a spirit of kicking off. That's the kick and start. When the vehicle gets to the middle of the road, when they quench, we don't have the spirit of.
I think someone said that the problem we have is that once our energy is being dropped down, you know, what they used to drop our energy was the subsidy. Because why will I be looking for food to eat and be fighting for someone that is dead?
No, that is dead.
You see, so I think that's the reason why people drop the energy. But then let's wait and see what will happen before the end of this year. Maybe, Tonto Dike and Iyabo Ojo really tried talking about how to get Mohbad buried, getting him a befitting burial and all. But this Naira Marley case that is dragging Naira Marley is not even talking about Mohbad anymore, because he feels that's the end of the case. Since he has paid for the bill that was being granted. Well, let's move on to the next headline. NNPCL not transparent on subsidy dollar revenues. World Bank. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited is not transparent about the financial gains from full subsidy removal, the World Bank has disclosed. This extends to subsidy areas that are still being deducted and the impact of the subsidy removal on federation revenues, and the bank noted. The Washington-based made this call in its Nigerian Development Update December 2023 edition titled Turning the Corner from Reforms and Renewed Hope to Results. This is the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edo, revealed that the government was ready to scrutinize the revenue flow from the NNPCL. Sir, what do you have to say on this? Because this NNPCL, I know they've made a lot from this subsidy removal.
My presenter, what I do tell people was that don't put Nigerian matter on your head. Because if you put Nigerian matter on your head, at the end of the day, you just die. Suddenly, you die. When Nigeria is going to be, when Nigeria now gets better, you'll be there at the grave, seeing what is going on in Nigeria. You see, somebody came out to say subsidy is a scam. I agree with that person in the sense that when the new elected president came on board, the first announcement he made when he wanted to give out the speech was that subsidy
is gone.
And immediately subsidy was gone. After that, 2 months later, what we had was that 1 trillion naira was saved from the subsidies money. Now, the question is this. Let's ask the leader of Nigeria, let's ask the president of Nigeria, let's ask his co-executive, let's ask the Senate chamber.
Let's just say the president
administrative. What did they really do with the money? That 1 trillion naira, what did they use the money for? Is it the money that they used in buying that Songji? Because we heard that some amount of money was borrowed from the World Bank, that they set aside the money that they wanted to use, that they used in buying those jeeps. Now the 1 trillion naira that was saved, what was the outcome of the money? Now, the World Bank is talking about NNPC, the money was not being remitted, all this and that. You know, there's nobody that was put in a post here in Nigeria. If you could remember, yesterday was the minister of, I think the minister of Interior, I don't know the minister precisely, that said she needed 1 billion naira for a foreign trip. 1 billion naira.
That's too much.
And this hardship, the 35,000 minimum wage that they paid in September has been stopped.
Yes.
For the workers, automatically. So if all this one that you are saying, the person that came out to say subsidy is a scam. Really knows what you're saying.
Well, according to the World Bank, while revenue gains from the exchange rate reforms are visible, more clarity is needed on oil revenues, including the fiscal benefits from the PMS subsidy reforms. Now, I want to say something. Is it only Nigeria that is under this World Bank? Because I don't know why will World Bank be seeing to the affairs of Nigeria, if not for the fact that Nigeria has borrowed some amount of money from the World Bank. And
the
even
World
with
Bank
that,
may see to the affairs of Nigeria based on the agreement they have. Before you could borrow money from the bank, won't you have an agreement with the bank that you are borrowing money from?
Sure.
Okay, how do you want to pay this money back? Okay, monthly, weekly, yearly, this is how much you are going to be remitted into your account from so post. Maybe now the money is not coming in. Are you telling the World Bank to keep quiet where their money is out there?
Well, it declared nominal oil revenue gains have been evident since June. These are mostly categorized as exchange rate gains, suggesting that they are due to the naira depreciation, except for the exchange rate related increases. However, there is lack of transparency regarding oil revenues, especially the financial gains of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation from the subsidy removal, the subsidy arrears that are still being deducted, and the impact of these on federation revenues. It is also unclear why retail petrol prices have not changed much since August, despite fluctuations in the exchange rate and global oil prices. The Bretton Woods Institution further expanded that gains in net oil revenue of the Federation were lower than what they should have been considering, what the removal of fuel subsidies should have added to the account. Now, this is what I'm saying. The fuel subsidy should have added more
into that account. The money is not there. That is what I'm saying. Now you are now getting my point.
Yeah, the subsidy is a scam.
It's a scam.
Because I don't know.
Why don't the president return the subsidy back instead of putting the old Nigerians into shock? Now look at what Nigeria has turned to. The inflation in the food price, the inflation in everything. At the end of the day, the Christmas celebration is coming out. Nobody even knew that the Christmas was coming.
Someone said there is no Christmas this year. I think it's Oshiomole said if they didn't pay the 35,000.
When Buhari was there, they pay subsidy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Though we were shouting that the border was being shut, at least we are still managing ourselves. Now, when it came, for you to have removed subsidy, you should have looked for a way to subsidize some certain things, at least
by opening of the border.
Yes, to ease the tension of the food scarcity.
Well, he stated that fuel subsidy costs the Federation about 380 billion naira a month, and once removed, the Federation account should have recorded an increase in net oil revenues. He said, however, most of the gains in the oil revenues in H2 2023, as reported by OAGF, can be attributed to exchange rate gains. Without exchange rate gains, net oil revenue between January and August would have declined by 0.2 of a percentage point of full year GDP YOY, all materializing in the July-August period. In August, additional revenue from 40% profit of production sharing contracts and the interim yearly dividend were reflected in the account. However, these were not as high as what the gains from removing the gasoline subsidy should have been. Given that petrol pump prices have not changed in the line with market fundamentals, notably exchange rate movements and global oil prices, there is a risk that the implicit fuel subsidy has re-emerged, potentially keeping net oil revenues lower than expected. So let's wait and see, because now the World Bank has said they are not seeing any changes.
Automatically, when you look at the scenario there, the first subsidy was removed based on some certain cabals that were eating from the first subsidy. Now it was removed from those cabals now to enrich another set of people. You don't understand what I'm saying?
From fry pan to
fire. So why is it that you turn the old Nigerians into disarray?
Well, let's look at the last headline for today. 5-year dead as armed robber attacks banks in Ekiti. A deadly bank robbery in Ikere Ekiti State yesterday afternoon reportedly left 5 people dead, including 2 officers of the Amotekun security outfit. Daily Post learned that the robbers, who wore masks, stormed commercial banks along the major road in the town and opened fire to gain access to the bank's premises. Eyewitness said the robbers positioned themselves in strategic locations and shot indiscriminately for up to an hour, causing panic and chaos among the residents. Sir, before you say anything, because I know you once said it on the show that you're from Ekiti State, and I want to commend the Amotekun officials in Ekiti State for at least trying to face the armed robbers, and I want to say this: Nigerian police force, where were you guys? Because now
the bank in question, you should have. Let me say something. The bank in question is very closer to the police station there.
Wow.
What are the policemen do? I know Ikere very well. I've called my brother that lives in Ikere very well. I've called him this morning to ask about the robbery incident. He explained and narrated the whole scenario to me. The bank in question was very closer to the police station. What was the policemen doing? Not until when the armed robbers went away, then they now came out.
Now they will start packing people that are not that doesn't even know anything about the event. About what went wrong there. If the Amotekun, what was the gun that was there in the Amotekun's hands compared to what the armed robber brought? They have local guns.
They have local guns. Now, what I will urge the federal government or the state government to do was that to empower Amotekun more. Maybe there is need for them to be trained and give them sophisticated weapons, because the Amotekun are really trying.
But sir, this is the problem I have with Nigerians. You see, I'm not saying Amotekun are not good enough to secure people in every other state in Nigeria. But then, if the mantle is being given to them, they will start misbehaving. That's the problem.
The mantle that was given to the police officer, are they not misbehaving?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
We have the good ones, likewise we have the bad ones, which means the bad ones should be flushed out.
Well, eyewitness has said the robbers positioned themselves in strategic locations, and some of the victims were hit by robbers' bullets while trying to escape to safety. Our correspondent gathered that the masked armed robbers, numbering about 20, stormed the town at about 4:15 p.m. and robbed the banks located at Oduoja and Okeoshun simultaneously. According to sources, they first attacked the Ikere command of the Amotekun Corps along Isse Road and reportedly shot some operatives before attacking the banks. The armed robber broke the security doors of the bank with the aid of dynamite and carted away an unspecified huge sum of money. But I thought someone said they didn't go away with any money.
Now, let me ask now. We have cash shortage looming over the country. Over how many months now?
Since last month.
Since last month now. How come the bank have those possession of cash? Which then, why the bank said they don't have enough money to go around? How many customers do they have in that place? In the bank, how many customers? That a customer will write, withdrawing a sum of 150,000 at the end of the day, we end up collecting 10,000 or 20,000 naira. So how did they get those cash with them? That those cash have not been disbursed to the customer.
Well, however, the Ekiti State Police spokesman, Sunday Abutu, could not be reached as of the time of filing this report, as several calls and messages to his mobile phone were not responded to. Can you imagine? Meanwhile, in a telephone chat, the Ogoga of Ikere Ekiti, Oba Adejimi Alagbado, expressed shock over the robbery incident. He said it was unfortunate the armed robbers carried out the operations for several minutes uninjured and escaped despite the presence of military checkpoints and the police area command in the town.
No police to check.
No, there is a military checkpoint. The police station, the area command is closer by,
To that place,
and they could not stop them.
They could not stop them.
So why do we have security in Nigeria?
Now you see them coming out, packing innocent souls. They're all in the name of interrogating them. What did you know about this? What do you know? At the end of the day, they will tell them to go and bring 50,000 now to come and bail themselves.
And they will still use that one as an avenue to extort money.
Money.
Well, Oba Alagbado also said he had discussed the matter with the security agents and that those who carried out this dastardly act must be arrested and prosecuted. That's not the problem. You cannot even catch these ones. 20 in numbers, and they could not apprehend them.
Of them have been tried to apprehend before. Have they not robbed the bank in the Kere there before? While a police officer, I think 2 police officers were killed some years
Now,
ago.
people are actually complaining about cashless. Now that the bank has been robbed, there is not even means to go for anything like
the amount of money that was being carted away. They could not disclose.
Well, this is where we're going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunjibe. You can call me Sidon J. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for joining on the show. We'll see you again next time. Be good and be hardworking. Bye.
Yo. Good morning o. Ẹ káàárọ̀ o. Ẹ kọ́ra jẹ́ òní o. Ẹ̀ẹ́ta ẹ̀jẹ̀rẹ̀ láṣẹ Ìdùmarè. Àkójúmọ́ ire tó mọ́ wa lónìí o. Ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ tó mọ́ wa lónìí o. Àsìkò ìpalẹ̀mọ́ ọdún yóò bá wa láyọ̀, yóò bá wa láàyè dáadáa. Nínú àlàáfíà láṣẹ Ìdùmarè. Ojú òní tiwa, ọkàn wa ó balẹ̀ o. Àníjẹ́ tó ń wá o. Ẹ jẹ́ a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọba Adẹ́dà, ọba mọ̀nìmọ́nà, ọba mànàmọ́nì, ọba títí ayérayé àìnípẹ̀kun. Ó Olódùmarè, kábíyèsí o. Adúpẹ́ rírí jẹ rírí mu, adúpẹ́ ìjáde ìwọlé láyọ̀ àtàlàáfíà, adúpẹ́ pé àdẹni àgbégbé àdẹni àgbéṣin. Kábíyèsí, ẹ ṣeun o. Ẹ jẹ́ àjúbà fọba àdániwáyé o. Ìbàrẹ̀ Olódùmarè o. Orí ìwọ lọba tó kọ́kọ́ wà kẹ́nìkan ó tó wà. Ìwọ ló ń bẹ kí bẹbẹ ó tó mọ́ bẹ. Ìbàrẹ̀ Olódùmarè, àmọ̀júbà rẹ o. Àjúbà àti wáyé ọjọ́, àjúbà àti wọ̀ oòrùn o. Àjúbà omi, àjúbà odò, àjúbà òjò, àjúbà ọyẹ́, àjúbà ọ̀gbẹlẹ̀, àjúbà oòrùn, àjúbà gbogbo ń tọ́ ọdá pátápátá ní kéréké. Eku bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹja bẹ́ẹ̀, àmọ̀júbà yín o. Àjúbà pẹ́tẹ́ owó, àjúbà pẹ́tẹ́ iṣẹ́ o. Àjúbà ojú tó kọ́kọ́ là lówùúrọ̀ yìí. Àjúbà ẹnu tó kọ́kọ́ ṣọ̀rọ̀. Àjúbà ọwọ́ tó kọ́kọ́ bomi sára. Àjúbà ikùn tó kọ́kọ́ gbóúnjẹ sí. Àjúbà ẹsẹ̀ tó kọ́kọ́ rìnà. Àmọ̀júbà o. Kíní kan tó doríkodò tí ò lè ṣomi, èyí tó doríkodò tí ò lè ṣẹ̀jẹ̀. Àjúbà yín o. Àjúbà Ìyábọ̀ pé ibẹ̀ gbogbo wa gbà wá sáyé o. Àjúbà ọkùnrin, àjúbà obìnrin, àjúbà ọmọdé, àjúbà àgbà. Gbogbo ládéládé lóyè gbogbo yín pátápátá mojúbà forí mi rèé o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi àjèdè èèyàn mọ́bi. Àfijọ́ ẹyẹ tí ń fòrútọ̀ sọrin. Ọ̀pá kẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀kẹ́. Mojúbà yín o. Ta lèmi tí wọn ò ní júbà yín? Wọn ò jẹ́ kó yọ yín kéré. Mojúbà olùdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ Wisdom Yard Television tó tún ṣe aláṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ Ìnàpá gbogbo àbá mojúbà ẹ̀yin náà gbogbo òṣìṣẹ́ pátápátá mojúbà ẹ jẹ́ kí bàmí ó ṣe o. èmi náà ni ẹyẹ méjì jáṣà fàṣà kéèké èmi nìrókò olúwẹ́rẹ́ àbẹ̀kú igi tọ́mọ̀rẹ́yẹ pè ní irúnmọlẹ̀ kúrúkì èmi lọ́mọ òtítì tọ́lẹ̀tì òkúta ẹlẹ́tọ́lọ́tì ó bọ́ lẹ́rẹ́ ọmọ wọn tún ńláńlá bí tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ńlá kàbàkàbà kò ní sú mi kò ní rẹ̀yìn ojú ní yàn ní fún tìta yàn ní wò bàbà etí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́wọ́ nídìí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lórí ètò àdìtú làwà àdìtú lọ̀rọ̀ ayé jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ayé jẹ́ àdìtú ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fọkàn bá wa lọ́lọ́dùmarè ò ní gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa tẹ́ ẹ máa ń fi ojoojúmọ́ liking and press comment ayé yín ò ní dàrú ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yín ò ní sú yín ẹ ní gbé nǹkan jẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìwọ̀ ìdílé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bí tí mò ń bá gangan nu èmi a máa fẹ́ kí n máa ka kọ́mẹ́ǹtì bàbá wa alàgbà wa èèyàn lọ́wọ́ ìtọ́lọ́ ń pè wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ Ṣẹ́gun Agúrégé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n ká má parọ́ èèwọ̀ jíjẹ ti da ìrìn àjò ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn rú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èèwọ̀ ń tà fẹ́ nára wa ìjẹ tá a fi ń ba ń tá àjẹjẹ wọ́n tún tẹ̀síwájú wọ́n ní àwọn àmọ̀ràn tí àwọn òmíràn ti fẹ́ra wọn kí wọ́n tó mọ èèwọ̀ wọn o fún ìdí èyí àmọ̀ràn tẹ́ ẹ gbà wọ́n kò dáa tó ìyá àròkọ àmọ̀ràn èmi àmọ̀ràn tí mo gbà wọ́n náà ni pé àwọn méjì tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ra wọn tí wọ́n ń jẹ èèwọ̀ ara wọn kí wọ́n fira wọn lẹ̀ àbí tí mo ṣọkọ́ nù lọ́rọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n máa ń gbé wá gbé lọ fún ti àwọn tí ẹni kí wọ́n lé àwọn ìyàwó wọn jáde látàrí wípé èèwọ̀ wọn ni èèyàn pupa èmi ò bá ní kí wọ́n fi àdúrà tì lẹ́yìn torí kò sí ohun tí àdúrà kò lè ṣe àkàìmọye ń tàdúrà ò ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣé ká pé ọ̀màdúrà gbà ló ṣe wà lójú kan ẹ má bínú o ọ̀rọ̀ ní kọ́ mo rò wá o ṣé ká pé ẹ̀màdúrà gbà lẹ́ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí ìnà gà tó ń tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ àbí ká pé kì í gbàdúrà rárá ńlá ẹ̀ tí ṣe mọ́ gbọ́ orúkọ yín kiri àìmọye tàdúrà ò ní ṣe àníkẹ́ ìdíra látara ìdíra náà ni kọ́ ọ ṣọ́ra fún tó yẹ kọ́ ọ jẹ ń bá péyàn pupa kò bá ṣẹ̀dá rẹ̀ mu ọ̀pẹ́ kò ṣan tájú ò lè ṣe gbogbo aláyé orí ọkọ mọ́ ni ẹ kú mẹ́ wọn ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí yín mọ́ ètò míì ló yẹ ká àwọn náà lọ tún sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n mí business wọ́n ní eléyìí tún gbẹnu tán ìrókò ìyín wọn ń ta àkọ́kọ́ sọ alàgbà wa kan náà wọ́n láwọn pro Sam Àrẹ̀mọ wọ́n ní well done ìyá arúgbó ẹ ṣé o bàbá àgbàlagbà ẹ ṣé o ìyá wa ìyá alájẹ Adéọlá àdé àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní ẹ kú ètò wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n kò burú kí ọkùnrin lá abẹ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀ yálà èèwọ̀ tàbí kì í ṣe èèwọ̀ torí tí kò bá tẹ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ́rùn ó lè fa ìtúká obìnrin ló sọ yìí o wọ́n á máa láyín gan o ìdí níhùn tẹ́ ẹ fi kọrú ọ̀rọ̀ kò burú fọ́bìnrin àmọ́ ọkùnrin lẹ fi ń kókùtà bọ́jọ́ ọrọ̀ ajé rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹnu tó a fi ń ṣàdúrà ṣolódùmarè ọtí ìmọ̀ ṣàdúrà gan-an ọtí ìmọ̀ ńlá ọ̀ṣàdúrà àdúrà rẹ̀ ò gbà ṣé gbà tó o bá wá lájà mọ̀pọ̀ ṣé òun làdúrà rẹ̀ ò gbà ẹ mọ̀ ṣe lọ àmẹ́mí ń sọ fún yín lónìí èèwọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ìgbádùn orí ibu àwọn omi ò tún mú kí ni wọ́n kàn sí wọ́n láwọn ẹ mọ̀ ṣe lọ ọ̀ọ́dúró lójú kan ó mọ̀ yí báyìí bí ó kò tó ni máa la lílá là ń la lílá ni máa la èmi kọ́ ló ṣe ara rẹ̀ ló ń ṣe ọmọ owó Adela Monies wọ́n ní wẹ́ẹ́dọ̀mà ẹ ṣeun o Olúgbénga Olúgbadé wọ́n ní well done ẹ ṣé o Bashiru Rashidi wọ́n kí wa ni o ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ṣeun o ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́ o Ahmed Lawal Ajamasha Alafocus wọ́n ní ẹ kú ètò ẹ ṣeun o Susani Jeti Fafani wọ́n ní yóò yọwọ́ yóò yọmọ fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè o ẹ ṣé o bàbá wa kan náà ní ṣé ẹ̀wọ̀ wà nù kálábọ́ kẹ́ẹ̀lábọ́ bí wọ́n bá jẹun bọ́dọ̀ ń bá dùn ẹ fáhọ́n lá gbogbo abọ́ kò sóhun tó burú àfi tó bá jọ ní ibòmíì tẹ̀ ń ronú lọ o bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ́bẹ̀ bá dùn èèyàn á fáhọ́n lá yóò fáhọ́n lábọ́ kò sóhun tó burú àmọ́ bá bá sọ pé èèwọ̀ yín ni pé gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n fáhọ́n lá ẹ má fáhọ́n lá ẹ kú ọ̀ ń bẹ̀ kò sọ̀rọ̀ ń bẹ̀. Bàbá wa Orílù Àròtìmí àwọn náà kí wa ẹ ṣeun o bá a bá ní ká mọ̀ ká gbogbo àwọn session kọ́mẹ́ǹtì a ní bọ́ sí ètò tó kàn lórí ètò àdìtú láwà àdìtú lọ̀rọ̀ ayé jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yẹ àdìtú ni ìmọ̀ wọn ara ẹni lè tòtò ní o bó la ṣe mọ̀ wọn ara ẹni èmi ò mú ìtàn kankan wá àmọ́ bá a ṣe rán mi lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ní ká gbà ìmọ̀ràn káàkiri nílò bóò ló ṣe lè lo ilé ayé rẹ tọkàn rẹ ó fi balẹ̀ òun ni ká nímọ̀ wà rẹ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bọ́ọ̀ bá ti lọ rèé fọwọ́ rẹ fa kí níbi tọ́wọ́ rẹ ò tó gbogbo ń tó fẹ́ yóò wá mọ́ bọ́ ọ ṣọ́ra rẹ dọ́ka ibi tó bá pẹ̀ bá ṣí báyìí ń ló jẹ rẹ bọ̀ àbá. Kábíyèsí Olódùmarè àdìtú lọ̀rọ̀ ayé jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yẹ àdìtú ni ọ̀ṣẹ́gbẹ́ ọ̀ṣọ̀gbà ọwọ́ à ń tà ọlọ́ọ̀rẹ́rẹ́ jẹ ń bọ́ lọ kọ́wọ́ rẹ ṣí kọ̀pọ̀ síbù bọ́ọ̀bà níbi tó ń náwó rẹ ṣí ọ̀ọ́rálẹ̀ ọ̀ọ́kọ́lé ọ̀ọ́náwó lórí ọmọ ọ̀jàjẹ́ bá níbi ti kọ̀lọ̀kọ̀lọ̀ ọwọ́ ọlọ́ọ̀rọ̀ owó kójọ ń bọ̀ lọ kó ṣí láì ṣe pé ṣí ayé o ntọ́ bá ti mú ẹ̀tọ́ ti nímọ̀ ọ̀wọ̀n ẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ọ̀ṣẹ́júra rẹ lọ òye ọ̀pánú ọ̀ṣẹ́kù bọ́ńbọ́ wòmí wò sister brother in the building bá a bá nímọ̀ ọ̀wọ̀n ẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ọ̀gbọ́ tó ọkẹ́nu rẹ níjànú tó ọ̀fọwọ́ mẹ́wàá bàbá yìí tó ọ̀fi jẹun ọlọ́wọ́ ní ọláyé ara rẹ ọ̀ọ́lẹ́ tó ṣí. àmọ́ ànímọ̀ wọn ara gbọ́n tí lágbájá ṣe lèmi náà ṣe pọ́ ní ṣé ọmọ bóyá orí rẹ gbà ṣé ọmọ ibi tó ń tẹ̀sẹ̀ wọ̀ àbí ṣé ìdílé tí òun ti dìde ni wọ́n ti dìde kò yẹ tó ẹlòmíì kọ̀mọ̀ níṣẹ́ kò lábọ̀ yóò sì mọ́ dọ́gbin ṣé o mọ èrò mi tí ń lò fún ọmọ onílù tí bẹ nísàlẹ̀ odò rẹ̀ ǹjẹ́ wọ́n mọ̀ ọmọ tẹrọ̀fọ̀ dìde tó lọ ń fara wọ ọmọ àtàpátá dìde ojú rẹ̀ ó bò yóò mọ̀ lára àníkó onímọ̀ wa rẹ̀ ni. ìyàwó kan ni wọ́n fẹ́ o kọ̀ṣìdà ọláàmù gbọ́dọ̀wù bíntí aṣọ lásán ńlá ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin ẹ̀yin méjèèjì ńlọ mọ bá ṣe bẹ̀yàwó rẹ nínú ilé ọwọ́ àkẹ́rùjọ rẹ ńtọ́ yẹ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe nítùbínùbí kẹ́ ẹ paná rẹ nínú yàrá bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́nu yàrá yín ọwọ́ akólọ́ta olóòrè fọ̀rọ̀ rẹ lọ́yàn ẹni à ká lọ ti fẹ́yàwó kejì lé ní ara rẹ ó ti balẹ̀. torí pé yìí ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ọbọ̀ṣì lọ́wọ́ Olódùmarè jẹ́ kó ṣeéṣe fún kò ní dààmú kò fòró wọ́n náà wá lọ ọlọ́tẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bọ́ bàtà tóun náà bọ́lẹ̀ ọlọ́ṣẹ́ bí tọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ ojú rẹ̀ ó bò nǹkan ó ṣe ọ́ rántí pé kò ní bá ọ fẹ́yàwó kò ní bá bọ́ kankan nínú rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí wàhálà ń bá padà ṣẹlẹ̀ òun náà lọ́tún lọ rèé sábà yóò ní òmò wọn ara rẹ̀ ni ìtumọ̀ ìmọ̀ wọn ara nínú kò ṣe ohun tó burú kẹ́ẹ̀jọ́ fi kùlùkù ìyàwó rẹ ni bó bá fọ́ ọ létí wò mí nínú yàrá ìwọ lẹ́nìkan rẹ tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ rántí pé obìnrin o a máa ní wákàtí kìí ṣe wákàtí ìṣẹ́jú márùn-ún tí mo ń jẹun lọ́pọ̀lọ́ wa ẹ lọ níyùn lákọsílẹ̀ ìwọ ọkùnrin tó lè kó gbòǹjà ọ̀ ni pé lásìkò tí kinní ń jẹyọ nínú ọpọlọ obìnrin ìwọ lọ calm down. ẹ jẹ́ ń sáré dé iléeṣẹ́ ìnàpá àbámiṣọ ká lọ rèé wo gbogbo pọ̀pọ̀ ṣìṣe wa tí fi ń dùn tí ń dán báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń gbèlúra tí sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ lára wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìwọ tó o fẹ́ fọnú mọ́ ọ̀bọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ìnàpá àbámiṣọ ọ̀fẹ́ kíkiní rẹ̀ ó ta kébékébé torí bóbìnrin ò bá gbà kó ká lára yóò dọ̀ṣẹ̀ síta ìwọ máa bọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ìnàpá àbámiṣọ ọlọ́wọ́dán bá yí sọ̀hún kó jẹ́ kó mọ̀ ró létí wọn.
bí mo bá ti kú kò yí Ọlọ́run nípò padà.
èmi dáre mélòdì gan confam ẹ o ìnàpá àbámiṣọ ni ẹ máa mú eléyìí náà lábọ́ líkì ni o ẹ ṣáà rí mo yé ń fẹ́ bó ti ṣe kí ni mo gbé bọ́ọ̀dì gbogbo mi ti máa lọ màá tún kọrin from one place to another place ẹrù kò yíyí mo lọ mẹ́rin márùn-ún kílẹ̀ tó mọ́ tó bá fi di next day ara mi á ṣe àṣà bàbá ìnàpá.
bí ó bá sí wọ kò sóhun tí mo lè ṣe.
Ọ̀pá for management of power.
ẹ káàbọ̀ padà sórí ètò àdìtú lè ráyè jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yẹ àdìtú níbi tó ti já sí ìtú gangan tó ò fi mọ̀ wọn ara rẹ iṣẹ́ oṣù tí wọ́n ń ṣeun èlé làgbàgbẹ́ tó wá lọ́ọ́ farawé àwọn tó jẹ́ pé lẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ oṣù tí wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n ń gbowó ń bẹ̀ wọ́n tún lọ́nà míì tí wọ́n ń tọ̀ wọ́n tún láwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí gidi tí wọ́n lè pè pé ẹ lò ó ṣé ẹ rí pé owó ilé mi ti fẹ́ díù ní ẹ dákun torí pé ọmọ wa ara rẹ ńlọ ṣe ń jì sí kòtò tọ́ta gbé sílẹ̀ fún ọ bá a bá mọ̀ wá ara rẹ ni wòmí wò ìyá ò lè borí rẹ ìyá ò lè kọ̀ǹtúrọ̀lù rẹ ìwọ ọlọ́mọ sọ fún yà pé wò ó bọ́ṣẹ́gbẹ́ kan wọn ò fẹ́ ọ nínú ayé mi. èlé ló kó ṣọwọ́ tó o ní kí ṣàṣó wá play fún ọ yẹnu ara rẹ wò wo ibi tó o ti mẹ́hẹ̀ wo ohun tó o ṣe tí ò bá ọ lára mu wo ibi tó o ti mọ̀ wọn ara rẹ gangan títí mú ọ kùṣẹ̀ tó mú ọ kùnà ẹsẹ̀ rẹ ò báláǹsì ìyá ò lè pè ọ́ kọ́kọ́ mówó wá kó o rí mú wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ oníbàárà ò lè pò ọ́ lọ́nà wẹ́dà bambi àlà àṣírí ààbò o ò lè rọ́wọ́ mú ṣàpò kó o fún ọ lówó ń tá àmọ́ ṣọ nínú ara ẹ̀ pé wò ó bí n bá rí tọwọ́ rẹ̀ jágbà ọ̀ sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọn ò lè kọlẹ̀kùn mọ́ lórí kokoko ẹ dákun ẹ yá mi lẹ́gbẹ̀rún kan ojú Olódùmarè tòun ò ní kankan ọ̀ sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ ọmọ wọn ara rẹ ni ìwọ tó yẹ kó o sì máa gbé nínú yàrá kan ọlọ́rẹ̀ gba tiles floor kitchen offer bedroom ta ni wọ́n pè nínú yàrá kan kó dáhùn bí ẹ ṣe wọ ọmọ wàrà rẹ ntọ́ àti ìtò ńlọ fi gọ̀gọ́ fà má kọjú tolú ara ìgbà rẹ̀ ò ṣe é